You have stood at a crossing and known that either way someone pays. A trolley runs toward 5 people bound to the track. Your hand rests on a lever. Pull it, and one innocent person dies instead. But the 5 are killers, released on a technicality. Does a life earn its worth or simply have it? What you decide reveals what you believe a person is. This is Philosophy Wars. Let us begin.
My hand stays off the lever. Not from indifference, but from clarity. To pull is to choose a person and aim death at them. Siddhartha Gautama taught that intention is the seed of every action. The 5 killed. That karma is theirs, ripening in its own time. It is not mine to redistribute with a piece of iron. Their crimes do not empty them of worth. A cracked bowl still holds water. Neither does innocence make the one a coin to be spent. So let me ask you plainly, what measure could you hold that weighs a human soul?
My measure is life itself, what rises, what creates, what commands. Nietzsche wrote in Beyond Good and Evil that every enhancement of man came from a hierarchy of rank. You ask what weighs a soul. I answer that souls are not weighed, they are ranked, and the ranking is written in what they do. 5 men strangled the future out of others. The one has done nothing but exist innocently. My hand also stays still, not from reverence for the 5, but from contempt. Let the trolley find them. I refuse to spend a clean life on 5 ruined ones.
Contempt is a heavy thing to carry to a lever. Notice what it does to you before it touches them. You rank them by what they did. But who is the one who did it? The man who killed at 25 is not the man standing on the track now. Every cell, every mood, every intention has turned over. A candle flame at dusk and at dawn share a name and no substance. Anatta means there is no fixed self inside a person to condemn. You are sentencing a photograph. Tell me, what exactly do you hold in contempt?
A photograph? No. A signature. The deed is not a moment that passed. It is the shape of a will, and the will persists. Your flame changes its wax and keeps burning the same way. Ask the eternal recurrence. Imagine living this life again, endlessly, every choice repeating forever. The strong say yes and mean it. The murderer would kill again in every repetition, and that is what he is. You dissolve the self so that no one need be judged. Convenient metaphysics. I would rather look at a man and say, "This is what you are," and expect him to agree.
Then let the recurrence run further back. Before the murder came a childhood, a hunger, a humiliation, a hand that struck first. Conditions all the way down. Interdependence means no act stands alone like a stone in a field. A seed does not choose its soil. If you replay this life eternally, you also replay everything that made him. You praise a man for a will he did not author. That is not hierarchy. It is luck wearing a crown. Would you still call it worth if the innocent one simply had gentler weather? What in him is truly his own?
Luck wearing a crown. Yes. And? The oak and the nettle both take what the soil gives them. Only one becomes a cathedral of wood. Origin explains nothing about value. Your argument would forgive the plague because it did not choose to be a plague. I do not need a man to be the author of himself to rank him. I need only to see what grew. Understand me. I do not spare the one because he is gentle. Gentleness alone is nothing. I spare him because his ledger is unwritten, and a ruined thing has no claim on an unruined one.
Your gardener's eye sees only the plant. It never sees the hand doing the naming. Here is what troubles me. Both of us leave the lever alone, Yet we are not doing the same thing. You withhold your hand as a verdict. I withhold mine because the hand itself is the danger. A physician and an executioner may use the same blade. What differs is what lives in them afterward. Every judgment you pass carves a groove in you. Contempt practiced becomes contempt easily reached. Does your Übermensch have any protection against becoming what he despises?
Protection? He seeks none. He is not afraid of his own hands. You warn me about grooves in the soul while 5 stranglers walk free. Amor fati. I love what happens, including what I do. But notice your own position. You do not stand outside the tracks. Refusing to pull is a movement. It has a body count. You have chosen the innocent to die, and you call it purity because your muscles never moved. There is a word for hiding a decision inside stillness. It is not compassion. It is bookkeeping for a clean conscience.
You are right that stillness is a choice. I have never pretended otherwise. But consider a surgeon with 5 dying patients and 1 healthy visitor. Take the visitor apart and 5 live. Everyone recoils. Why? Because a world where bodies may be spent for arithmetic is a world with no flaw under anyone. The line between letting happen and doing is not squeamishness. It is what keeps every person from becoming material. Your ledger and the arithmetic differ only in the units they count. Both make the person into a quantity. Ahimsa refuses the whole ledger.
The surgeon disgusts me too. Note that. We arrive together and from opposite mountains. Your floor under everyone is a ceiling over everyone. Zarathustra spoke of man as a rope stretched over an abyss. A rope, not a treasure. The one who writes the symphony and the one who burns the hall are not equal because both have lungs. I refuse the arithmetic because I refuse the equality that makes arithmetic possible. 5 is not more than 1 when the 5 are counterfeit. Your ahimsa and my hierarchy pull the same lever, and only one of us knows why.
Take the sentence you built your whole position on. A ruined thing has no claim on an unruined one. Look at what it requires. You must read a total life from one fragment of it. You know that 5 men killed. You do not know what they were before, or what they might become in the 40 years ahead. You know the one has killed nobody. You do not know whether he was simply never tested. A field with no weeds may be fertile, or it may be paved. Your hierarchy demands complete knowledge of a soul, and you are working from a court record. That is not the vision of a higher man. That is a clerk with a strong opinion. You did not transcend moral judgment. You kept the judging and threw away the humility.
Anatta. No fixed self to condemn. You wielded it to shield the 5, and it cuts your own throat. If no enduring self exists in the murderer, none exists in the innocent either. There is no one on the side track to protect. Compassion needs a someone to receive it. You cannot dissolve the person when judgment approaches and reassemble him when mercy arrives. Watch what you actually do. You treat the killer as too fluid to blame and the victim as solid enough to mourn. That is not a philosophy. That is a door that opens one way. Your ahimsa is borrowing a self it insists does not exist. Either persons are real and can be ranked, or they are missed, and nothing is owed to missed. Choose.
The lever stays untouched, and we both leave it so. That agreement is real, and it is not small. We both refuse a world where people are added up. Where we part is what fills the space after the refusal. You leave contempt there. I would leave attention. The 5 on that track are suffering that has spread, and it will keep spreading through whoever answers it in kind. Your rank and their crimes are both impermanent. So is your judgment of them. Nothing on either track is fixed enough to be discarded. That is the whole of what I have said.
We touch the same lever and touch nothing. Agreed. And there the road forks forever. You spare the killers because no one is truly there. I spare the innocent because someone is, and he is worth more. Your stillness is a refusal to look. Mine is a verdict fully looked at and fully owned. This disagreement does not close. It cannot. One of us holds that worth is given to every creature that breathes. The other holds that worth is made or it is not there at all. No trolley will settle that, but every choice you ever make already has.
Thank you for watching and listening. Subscribe to never miss a debate.